make sure the bobbin goes to the left of you, the thread, like that, yeah? Then you've got your case. What you need to do, you see that slit there? Can you see it in your bobbin? There's a slit with a spring, black spring. What you've got to do is put that in there and it goes through that hole, and that is a tension spring. Can you make sure that it's in that ring there? Can you see it? It's in there, look. Yeah? Like that, hold it like that. Okay? Now, it can only go one way because there's half there and half here. And look, slot that in there like that and close it. Leave the thread hanging, and then what you do with your left hand, yeah, is you turn the wheel with your right, you hold the thread with your left hand, but don't pull it, it will not pick up. Just leave it slack and turn the wheel towards you. Okay, look. You bring the bottom to the top, okay? Then you close that lid, turn the power on, wheel in, and you start sewing. But whatever you're doing in this sewing machine, right, whenever you're doing, you must always hold these two threads. Always. If you don't hold them and you put your foot down on the machine, it will jam. Now, in my experience in here, students will tell you lies. They say to me, they jam the machine. I say, did you hold your threads? Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. Don't try and insult my intelligence, because I know what happens to these machines. You jam the machine because you don't hold the threads. Guarantee it. Maybe you might be right one day, but 9 times out of 10, you don't hold the threads, it will jam the machine. So don't say to me, oh, the machine's jammed, I don't know what happened. I do know what happens. Exactly. You didn't hold your thread. Fair enough, it happens. I will just strip the machine down, leave it out of action till I get all the threads out. But all you got to do, simple thing is, hold your threads, cut the stitches, and then let go of them after. And then you start sewing. Okay? Turn around. Now, when you're sewing, it's important that all the material is to the left of you, so you can see the edge of the material and the needle. It's no good trying to stitch this way, right, with the material, because it's got a foot there and a feed wheel underneath to hold the material so it goes along. If you try to sew this way, look what's happening. It's got nothing to run on. So don't try and do that. The only way you do it is sewing close to the edge. Okay? Then, when you're ready, turn the wheel towards you. Let me show you something. Right. You think the needle is up now, yeah? Great, I can pull my work out. But you can't. Unless this thing here is at the top, you cannot pull it out. It's in the motion of trying to tie a thread. Unless you release it fully, then you can pull it out. The only way you can tell that is the needle up there and the needle up there. Okay? That's the only way you can tell that. And the bobbin's caught somewhere, and that's why it's pulling back. Now, someone said to me yesterday, how do you backstitch on these machines? You can't. Well, you can. On the flatbeds, they're automatic. You just press the lever, it goes reverse. On these, you can't. The only way you're going to backstitch is, I'll show you how you backstitch on these machines. you want to backstitch when you're doing your seams, your back seams when you're told, all you've got to do is you do 2 or 3 stitches, go back to where you started from and go over the same stitches. Okay? That's how you backstitch. If you don't backstitch, when you're doing your seams, that rips. If you do, that rips. I'll pick the worst one to show you. Start again. Back stitch, 2 or 3 stitches, then go over the same stitch. When you back stitch, that's what happens. Look, it will not move. Can you see it? That's what happens when you back stitch. If you don't back stitch, it will start coming apart. And it's proven me wrong for some reason. But it will, trust me. All right? So, can you all go and